Hi guys, how are you doing? Hoping you're doing well and welcome to Lynn's Corner. In today's episode, I'll be taking you through self-awareness in the sense of what is self-awareness, signs that you lack self-awareness, how to develop self-awareness, and what happens when you become self-aware. So stay tuned up to the end of the video to learn on everything that I'll talk about. Also remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Remember, it's road to 200 subscribers. You can also follow me on all social media platforms at nyokafi_nyokafi. Let's get right into the video. Lynn. I am a counseling psychology student at Kenya Methodist University, and you're very welcome here at Lynn's Corner. So let's start. What is self-awareness? It is the ability to focus on yourself, your actions, your thoughts and emotions, and how they align or do not align with your internal standards. It involves our perceptions of different aspects of the self, including our traits, our behaviors and feelings or emotion. So yeah, that is what is self-awareness. It is knowing yourself in an objective way. Kujijua na si kujijua juju. Knowing yourself and knowing yourself very well. Knowing why you do what you do. Knowing how you define yourself, the way you define yourself. And knowing how your actions, your thoughts, your behaviors, and your beliefs affect you and those surrounding you. Yeah. What are the signs that you lack self-awareness? Number one is that you have trouble understanding your emotions. You can't tell why you are angry right now. You can't tell why you are short-tempered. You can't tell why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Yeah, so that is a sign that you lack self-awareness. The second sign is that you shut people out when they question your beliefs. And why are you shutting them out? It's because you do not understand why you are believing what you're believing in. Yeah, so when people try to question you why you believe in what you believe in, because you do not have an answer to that, what do? You shut them out. So that is another sign that you lack self-awareness. Another sign is that you make excuses for your failures. You like playing the victim. You are like, I failed in that test because the teacher did not alert us. That is what she'll be or he'll be testing about. I did not submit my report on time because my boss did. You see, you're always playing the victim. If it's in a relationship, you're like, I shouted at you because you did not cook on time, or I shouted at you because you did not do that. Like, you never accept your failures. You're always blaming another person for acting out the way you acted out, or for failing in whatever you have failed in. Yeah, so that is a sign that you lack self-awareness. Another sign is that you experience difficulties in empathizing with others. What is empathy? Empathy is when you are able to fit yourself in the shoes of another person. So if you have difficult fitting yourself in the shoes of another person, you do not want to understand where this other person is coming from. Yeah, so why are you not understanding? Why are you failing to understand where this person is coming from? It's because you lack self-awareness. You don't know, probably even yourself, you do not understand yourself. Yeah, not understanding yourself is lacking self-awareness. And because you do not understand yourself, you cannot understand others. You cannot empathize with others. Another sign is that you cannot explain the reasons for your actions. You have acted out in a relationship. You have probably done something bad to your colleagues at work. You've done something that is not pleasing, probably even at school. But you do not have a reason for doing whatever you have done. You cannot explain your actions. So that shows that you are not self-aware, because why can't you explain your actions. Another sign is that you suppress or hide your emotions. Why are you suppressing or hiding your emotions? Because you not explain why you're feeling the way you're feeling. So you don't want another person to come asking you, mbono unasikia hivyo, yeah? Because you cannot explain it. So what do? You suppress your emotions, or you hide your emotions, showing that you are not self-aware. Another sign that is very critical or serious is that you cannot make realistic goals. What are realistic goals? It's like me, for example, here at school, saying that I want to, by the end of this semester, I want to make sure that I get a distinction in the units that I'm doing this semester. Whereas, if you look at it, well, I am not working hard, I am not studying, I am not going to class. So how will you get a distinction if you're not going to class? Yeah, so those are unrealistic goals. And if you're making goals that are not realistic in any area of your life, it shows that you are not self-aware. If you're saying that from today I'll be going to church, or else you know vizuri that on Sunday mornings or masaa ya kwenda kanisa you are at work, that one is not realistic. Yeah, so if you're not making realistic goals in whatever area of your life, you are not self-aware. Another sign is that you lack a sense of identity. Like, you cannot explain why you identify with whatever you identify with. You cannot explain who are you. If you're told, probably not even in an interview, or just in, like, your friend comes and asks you, tell me who is Lynn, tell me who is Paul. You cannot explain. You do not know who is Paul. You do not know yourself. You lack self-awareness. Another sign is that you have trouble keeping yourself on track. You say that by the end of this month, I'm planning to do ABCD 1, 2, 3. But you have not even outlined how you will get to ABCD or to 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so if you have trouble keeping yourself on track on whatever area of your life, you are not self-aware. And in that line, if you have trouble managing time, you are also not self-aware. Yeah, and another sign is you have a compulsive need to control everything. Why do you want to control everything? One, because you're not sure of who you are. So you feel like if you give that power of control to another person, they will drive you to a direction that you probably don't know. So you want to control everything. You want to make sure that you're probably the head of every department that you are in. You have some role, some key role playing in almost everywhere. Yeah, shows that you are lacking self-awareness. And my last point is, you never change your mind about something. You know, a person who is self-aware, you are open to exploring other options. But if you're not open to exploring other options, it shows that you're lacking self-awareness. Also, if you're the kind of people who it's either your way or the highway, it also shows that you are lacking self-awareness. Because why are you not open to exploring other people's ways? Why are you not open to exploring other people's options? So that shows that you lack self-awareness. Among the points that I have said, how many do you identify with? How many have you felt like, Lynn, today you're attacking me? Yeah? So how do you develop your self-awareness? Number one is knowing your strengths, knowing your positive uniqueness. You know, in this world, everyone has their own uniqueness, and in that uniqueness, there's the positive side and there is also the negative side. So know your positive uniqueness. They'll give you a sense of direction and strengthen you to get to your goal. So if you know that I am good in communicating, so you know that if I go to an interview, I can use my communication skills well to get a job. So know your strengths so that they can get you to your goals more easily. The second point is knowing your weakness. It relates to the first point since it's the opposite of it. After you know your weakness, you know the areas that you need to develop in. Probably you're not good in communicating and it's hindering your relationships with other people. So you start working on your communication skills. So know your strengths and also know your weakness. Number 3 is curious about yourself. Get to understand how your mind works and reflect on your triggers. What triggers you, what calms you down after you've been triggered. Yeah, get to know everything about yourself. Be curious to know who you are. Yeah, be curious to know your peak hours. If you do not know your peak hours are the hours that you work best in. Probably you are a morning person, or probably you are a night person, you are an evening person, you are an afternoon person. Yeah, so get to know your peak hours. And also, as you are exploring yourself, get to know the not so beautiful parts of you. I always say that everyone has a chapter in their life or chapters in their life that they do not read out loud. So get to know those chapters. Yeah, and after you've gotten to know those chapters that are not so beautiful about you, start working on them. If the chapters that are not so beautiful about you are chapters like you are a violent person, start working on how to reduce the violence in you, the aggression in you. Yeah, so another point is ask for feedback. And this feedback, you are asking for constructive feedback from people who know you. You just can't go to ask a person who doesn't know you, or a person who you've recently met how can you tell who is Lynn? Ukaulizwa useme Lynn ni nani, utasema Lynn ni nani. Yeah, you need to get such a feedback from a person who knows you, from a person who relates well with you, and it will also from a person who will give you constructive feedback, not from a person who will tell you what you want to hear. It's from a person who will tell you, yes, you are a friend, but you are not a good friend. You're not there for people when they need you the most. Yeah, so constructive feedback, so that you can know what you need to work on, and also so that you can feel motivated. If you're given positive feedback, so that you can feel motivated to continue working on yourself. Another point is question your values and opinion. Question, why do I believe in whatever I believe in? Why is my opinion about this, that? Yeah, so question. And as you're questioning it, as you're getting the answers to your question, you get to understand yourself more, so you become self-aware. Another point is recognize your core values. And after recognizing your core values, you will as well know what are your limits. You know what I can or cannot do to get to my goals. You know that I am a person of integrity. So me and bribing people is me and false accusations to other people is So know your limits. When you know your core values, they will get to know your limits. That is what I am trying to say. Another very serious point is become self-disciplined. If you tell yourself, I'm trying to get to goal C, and I have to work through goal A and B so that I can get to my final goal, which is C. Become self-disciplined. Become patient with yourself so that you can get to goal C. I have just said that you recognize your core values. So as you're recognizing your values, you know what you are willing to do to get to a given goal. So be self-disciplined to go through the process so that you can get to your goals. If you decide that I will be waking up every day at 5 a.m. doing exercise up to 5:30, blah 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 blah, so that I can get to work before 8, yeah, go through that whole process. Be self-disciplined in your process, in everything that you do, so that you can get to improve your self-awareness. Another point is be open-minded. Be ready to accommodate other people's opinions about whatever you're talking about. Not other people's opinion of your life, because at the end of the day, you are the one who knows you. But if it's in general terms, or in school terms, or in workplaces, yeah, in other places of your life, be ready to accommodate other people's opinions. Be open-minded to know, why is Fulani thinking like that and why am I not thinking like that? Yeah, so kubali opinions za watu wengine. You don't necessarily have to do what they tell you to do, but at least get to know their point of view. Be open. Don't be a person who is like, it's either my way or the highway. No, be open to accommodate other people's point of view. Yeah. Another point is meditate. Meditation is very important. So how do you meditate? Take deep breaths, and as you're taking those deep breaths, you are clearing your mind and focusing on a specific point, which my today's point is self-awareness. So as you're clearing your mind and taking those deep breaths, you're trying to think, who is Lynn? What has been defining Lynn for all this long? What are the things that Lynn values? Yeah, so you get to know yourself more as you are meditating. Another point is try new experiences, like experiences that will lead you to getting to know another point of view that you probably didn't know existed. Yeah, so try new experiences. Be open to trying new experiences, yeah, and even trying new people. Like probably you have a thing against a certain given group of people because of their culture or anything, so try to befriend like one person from that culture who you are biased against, so that you can know if probably pengine hata nilikuwa ninawachukia na hawako hivyo wabaya vile nilikuwa nafikiria. Yeah, so try new experiences, try new people, those things that you feel for me that one for me, people from a certain culture try them, try the new experience so that you can get to prove yourself right or wrong. And as I am concluding, this is my second last point, make a journal. In a journal, in the sense of write down your experiences. When you wake up in the morning, write what you are grateful about, write what you are expecting to do for the day. Yeah, write your values down so that at the end of the day you can come and see, so today I had planned to do ABCD. Look, if you did ABCD, if you did not do ABCD, write down what made you not do ABCD, and then interact with yourself more. Making journals help you interact with yourself more. You know, when we write things down in our head, like having a thought and then you're like nitafanya hiyo, you may forget, but when you've written something down, you do not forget. Juu utendo ukipitia kusema tena when I had promised myself I will do this and this and this, but I didn't because of this and this, and write down the reasons why you didn't do that. Yeah, and be authentic to yourself in that journal. Be real, be the real you in that journal. Yeah, in that line of thought of making journals, also have self-talk, like talk to yourself out loud. Say ile mtu jangelisha kinandani, like out loud talks, so that you can validate your ideas, you can validate your opinions. And also something else that happens when you're having a self-talk is you get to see things probably kind of differently. You tend to say, I was thinking like this, but then after umeisema get to say hapana, ukweli tu haiwezi kuwa hivyo. So have self-talk, jiongeleshange. Well, don't do it in public. People will think that you're mad. When you're having your private space, in your private time, discuss things out with yourself out loud. Yeah. And my last point is structure your goals. Know your long-term goals, your short-term goals, and as you've written them down or as you're structuring them out, explain in details, what am I going to do to get to my short-term goal A? What am I going to do to get to my short-term B? To my long-term goal B? Yeah? So structure your goals and write down, or as you're structuring them out, structure in detail how you're going to get to them. Yeah? So that has been it on how to develop self-awareness. Among the things that I have talked about in developing, how many do you do? If you do not do all of them, start doing the ones that you are not doing, and you will get to see that you will become a more self-aware person. And my last topic of discussion in this video is what happens when you are self-aware. Number one, you choose your words wisely when you're talking to other people. You ukui wale watu wa kusema something just for the sake of they say, and then you end up regretting what you've said. So when you are a self-aware person, you get to choose your words wisely before spitting them out. Yeah, because you know a word ikitoka ishatoka, there's no taking it back. Yeah, so the second point is you aren't afraid of new ideas. I have said in developing, I have talked talked about trying out new experiences. So when you are a self-aware person, you're not afraid of trying out new ideas. You're not afraid of new experiences. Yeah. Another point is you manage time well. I said that a person who is not self-aware has issues with time management. So when you are self-aware, you are time cautious and you manage your time well. Another point is you journal. I have just talked about journaling in developing self-awareness. So you write things down. You write things about yourself down and you view them in an objective point. After ukishaandika unaonanga we ukweli hapa tu nikaa nimekuwa mjinga, yeah? So you journal. Another one is you practice patience. You're patient with people and you're also patient with yourself, yeah? So you are a patient person. Another point is that you are authentic. You're authentic to you. You are real to yourself, because at the end of the day, it's me and me. I said in my previous video that you are the most important person in your life. So you have to be authentic to yourself. And when you're authentic to yourself, it shows that you are a self-aware person. Another point is that you are empathetic. You are able to fit yourself in another person's shoes so that you can get to see why they are thinking the way they're thinking or why they are feeling the way they are feeling. Yeah. So you are empathetic. A self-aware person is empathetic. Another point is that you accept your failures. You do not play the victim. You accept, kweli hiyo makosa ni mimi nimefanya. So you accept your failures. Another point is that you are humble. You're not trying to be boastful to people at I can do this or that. Because at the end of the day, that is my strength. But I also have weaknesses. There are also some points where people can do things and I can't do. Or there's some points where there are things I cannot control myself in doing, yeah? So you are a humble person if you are self-aware. Another point is that you ask for feedback. Like you are ready to get constructive feedback about you from other people. So if you are self-aware, you are ready to get feedback. And my last point is that you have self-talk. I have just explained the importance of self-talk in developing self-awareness. Yeah. You validate your own ideas. You encourage yourself. You accept to view yourself in a positive way. That has been my video for today. I hope that you have learned something, and that if you are not a self-aware person, you will start following the steps that I have laid out for you so that you can become a more self-aware person. Thank you for watching the video up to the end. See you in my next video. I love you.